And we're back, bench day, and I'm feeling a little bit nervous. Not for today, but we are now 16 weeks out from the meet, and I don't know what it is about this point in my head, but it's starting to feel like, even though there is a lot of time until meet day, it's starting to feel like there isn't that much time. And when I was further out from the meet, I could kind of bullshit myself in my head and be like, oh, there's so much time till meet day, blah, 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 blah. The pack is going to be so much better. I'm going to be so strong. And now that it doesn't feel like I have that much time, I'm starting to wonder how good can it actually be by meet day. I'm starting to wonder what I'll actually be able to press. And I'm starting to think that it might not be all that great. And what I need to remember with that is when I signed up for this meet, I only signed up for it to tell myself that I wasn't done and that this wasn't going to be a career-ending thing. And when I signed up for it, I didn't care. Like, I just wanted to get on the platform again, regardless of if I benched the empty bar or not. And now that I'm so far ahead of where I expected to be at this point, it's like my meathead brain is battling my not meathead brain. And part of me is just like, I want to hit a PR. I want to go show the world how fast I can come back and how well I can come back. And the other part is like, no, you don't need to. You don't need to put that pressure on yourself. Just getting to the meet is going to be an accomplishment in its own way. And I know that if I want to be successful at this meet and give myself a chance to hit a PR, 2 meets down the road, 3 meets down the road, 4 meets down the road, I need to not fuck up the rest of this prep. And that is going to be priority number 1. So we're sticking with the medium-ish effort again tonight. And I do want to bridge my way towards max effort work in the coming weeks because I do need to start getting used to having heavier-ish weights in my hand. But when I do pull that trigger, I need to make sure that I'm doing it in a way that is supportive of the big goal. So let's get into it. Let's get warmed up and see if we can make this 5x5 feel a whole lot smoother than it did last week. Work set number 1. Even if the pad on this bench is freaking disgusting, that felt pretty damn good. Need a little harder lat pull, a little harder tri push, a little harder torque, and gonna make it feel even better. I lied, that one did not feel better. Fuck this fucking pad. So the problem with benching at home is the pad is so freaking awesome on my elite combo that every other pad feels like shit, and then I come here and get on the mid 90s ER rack and it's just like, ugh. But I mean, I can complain about it or I can suck it up and figure out how to do better with it, and that's gonna be the better option, is the whole sucking it up thing. So yeah, sucking it up. What do you know? Sucking it up worked. And I've talked about this a little bit before, but benching on a shitty, thin, skinny, slippery pad isn't always the worst thing. Like, it might not feel very good, but if you can get tight and make it work on a less than good pad, you know you're gonna be good to go when you get onto a pad that doesn't really totally, completely suck. So That's the way to frame it to make it a little bit less frustrating. Because it is going to be a little bit frustrating knowing what squishy, sticky goodness is waiting at home in my basement for me. One more. The hardest part about judging rest times right now is like, I'm fatigued, but I also know the pec's there. So it's like, I should be good to go, but I also don't know about the pec. And I guess like, part of getting better is probably, again, just sucking it up and going, eh? Yeah. Yeah. Going. Okay, crank in, make her good. Bah. Bah. Ah. Cocky pause time. Yeah. Okay with that. Like, not good, but very good considering where I was a couple weeks ago. What the fuck am I saying?
I don't know. What are you trying to say?
I'm trying to say something to...
Just something to say something?
Like, I'm trying to say something to conclude the doing. Yeah. I am okay with that, and I think that's all I need to say. JM's next. One of the funnier observations with this whole camera talking thing is that during my main bench sets, I can like almost tell how nervous I am by how hard it is to talk to the camera. Like accessories, squat deadlift day, can walk around, not swing, and feel like I'm the man, be all loud and assertive to the camera, but main bench, it's like I'm scared shitless and all like meek and small feeling. I just want to be quiet and almost hide. It's funny to realize that it's being expressed outwards during the sets, but gotta do it if I want to start feeling more confident again. So anyways, got 205 on the JMs. If this set goes well, we'll go up. If it goes medium, stay here. If it doesn't go well, we'll go down, but really don't want that one to be an option. Oh yeah. Jams still feel like the man. 225. Let's go. Oh yeah. And like, still is 180 pounds off of my best JM ever, but confidence is coming back, and that's step one. And changed up the order a little bit because wanted to prioritize the arms more, so ran JMs as secondary. And I also wanted to run some dumbbell presses, so going light, high rep, controlled reversal range of motion intent here. And I was expecting this to actually feel a lot later than it does. So maybe this was good move. Not going to talk this one, and hopefully lets me do a better job. Making myself lock out, that's where it feels the most unstable. Damn it, I'm talking again. Yeah, that is a titty pump. One more. Felt like I was locking out, but upon video review, apparently was not. So going to do a better job of that once again. That better be there. It's just like cramping almost at the top there, which tells me that dumbbells were probably a good call for today. So gonna keep them in for a couple more weeks at least, and gonna go jam out on some more triceps next. And running 3 sets of pondering my orb. This is actually set 2, but if your gym does not have a giant metal sphere, Louis used to write about putting a medicine ball on top of an assisted dip station and then pushing down into it to do push downs. And I really don't have any fancy scientific reason for doing these, but all I know is I just feel really freaking good, and it's fun to play with giant black balls. Whoo! Last one. It is just freaking stupid how much this blows them up. Wow. And I have no clue if this is going to work, but I kind of just want to try it. Oh, where's...
Oh, that's totally gonna hit your junk.
Way too heavy.
That's totally gonna
Okay.
hit your junk. You gotta throw it lower.
Attempt 2. Yeah, it's not going to be productive. Got to do real belt raises. Miana's using the orb, so going inclining on these. That bottom end is nasty. Run a couple more. Tilt the camera down. Still not in frame. The pumps are freaking dirty today. Ooh. Sides next. Visual showcase of how lopsided shoulders are. I grabbed a heavy, for me, pair of dumbbells on these, so I'm just doing my best to keep them relatively strict and not too swingy. And a problem I ran into with the high frequency SBD experiment I did for a couple years there is that with a lot of the old moto injuries that I've had, there's a certain amount of accessory work that I seem to need to keep the previously broken shit working okay. And when I was doing the SBD 4 days a week, it was just very difficult to have room to run that accessory stuff necessary to keep like the shoulders doing shoulder things and the hips doing hip things that they needed. And kind of on that note, now that I'm at least confident that the rear delts are working okay, running these single arm with a bit more scap travel. And it's like, I know they're gonna do their job well as long as I can still feel the rear delt taking a significant amount of the work. Really gotta fight the urge to bite the pad on these. I am doing a lot of arm and delt work right now, but what you guys gotta remember is that it's what I wasn't doing a lot of for at least a little while. So it's at least a good idea in the short term to get them back in shape. And like, really, who doesn't want to get more jacked? Almost thought about quitting early on that one. Hip flexors are feeling a little chonky, so gonna give them some love. Really don't know why. I mean, I can hypothesize these are having some sort of positive effect on hip arthrokinematics, but what I do know is that when my hips are feeling chonky and I run these, feel a whole lot nicer afterwards. Oh. And don't get me wrong, I still am nervous as shit benching and a little bit terrified about doing this meet, but sessions like that are at least letting me collect a little bit more faith in myself that I can pull something at least half decent off. And with how those felt today, with how I was able to find a little bit more connection to the bar as those sets went on, with being able to push into it with a little bit of oomph, I think I am going to pull the trigger next week and move on to something kind of max efforty. Like, I think I'll do just a moderate single down set just to get, moderate weight in the hands and make those slightly less moderate as the weeks go on. But next week, right now, think I'm feeling a floor press, because that'll be number one, I'm bad at it, so it'll be a load limiter. And number two, it's gonna challenge me with creating stability through the rib cage without leg drive. So another thing that I should be working on. So I think that'll be a good choice to ease into the thing. And I think, like, moral of the story for today, or for this whole prep in general, is like, it's okay to be nervous. It's okay to be afraid of doing something. But if we want to do it, We just have to find a way to do it. And we have to find a way to confront that fear or whatever is causing the fear in a manner that's at least responsible enough that we don't have it blow up in our face and have the thing that we're fearing come true. But we still gotta just do it. And like right now for me, that means that I just gotta keep on benching, keep on building up. And eventually it's going to come back where I don't even think about it anymore. And like with past injuries, it's always just been in my head until the day that it wasn't. And I know that if I just keep chipping away, that day where I'm going to forget about it, it's going to come sooner than later. So that's what I got, guys. Have a wonderful night. Appreciate the heck out of all of you for watching. Thank you so much for liking. Thank you so much for subscribing. And I'm going to keep these on rolling for you.